Members of the jury, my co-participants, and my dear audience. I, Assistant Commandant Amit J from CISF, speaking for the topic, strongly opine and believe that there has to be a clear line of demarcation between the human rights of those anti-social elements and our innocent citizens. So, when arms are raised against a nation, the individual luxury of human rights has to be sided away with. These militants forfeit their entitlement to human rights the day they engage themselves in terrorism, because terrorism in itself is the biggest violation of human rights. 2,996 in the United States of America in 2001, 192 in Spain in 2002, 194 in Nigeria in 2003, 198 in Bulgaria in 2006, and not to forget the fancy numbers of Assam and Mumbai in 2008. So these are not the victory margins of any politician, but these are the death toll of innocent civilians who lost their lives due to terror attacks. When they can bomb us to mark their presence, why can't we shoot and kill to mark their absence for good? The Fourth United Nations Geneva Convention of 1949 recognizes the legitimacy of collateral damage on the basis of proportionality and necessity. The Honourable British Prime Minister Theresa May went on to say that she'll rip up human rights laws if need be to keep her countrymen safe. The permanent representative of India to the United Nations, while justifying the acts of our security forces, said that India and Indians come first. He said this when he was justifying the act of our security forces in sending the Rohingyas back. My point is, they all said this under exceptional circumstances. We all love our countrymen way too much, and when the fabric of unity and peace is hampered by these anti-national elements, we just need to get a little harsh with these militants. So we've many heroes, many great heroes, like Captain Vikram Batra, Hemant Karkare, Vijay Salskar and the like, who sacrificed their lives for you and me. On those fateful days, they had an option. On those fateful days, if they had cared a little more about the human rights of Ajmal Kasab, Puran Wani, Dujana, probably they would be living happily with their families today, while you and I would be brooding about the loss of our own family members. But no, they chose to fight, to kill and to weed away those anti-national elements just to ensure that you, I and everybody are safe. So, if we continue to care about the human rights of these militants for long, it won't be too long before we realize that today it is Kashmir. Tomorrow it can be Kanyakumari. So when you've given us guns, you also need to trust us for being protectors and not predators. So what happened 4 days back? Just 4 days back, 4 security force personnel were gunned down and their family members were picked up by the militants. Why? They were doing their duty of patrolling and trying to gather information about terrorists. And what did they get in return? Death. And even after this, if we expect our security forces to talk in such situations and not act, it is nothing short of a moral sin. Let me remind you, my dear friends, that the Paramavira Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Kirti Chakra, Ashoka Chakra are not given to our soldiers to sit in air-conditioned rooms and discuss public policies and rehabilitation measures. They're given for acts of bravery. They're given for acts of bravery. So, if we wish to see our security forces in silence and do nothing about these anti-national elements, and let me remind you of what Albert Einstein once famously said. He said that the world will one day be destroyed, not because of the actions of the evil, but because of the silence of those who do nothing about it. And equally amazed like them, equally amazed and surprised I am with my worthy opponents who are trying to use the legal framework and judicial pronouncements to justify their arguments. Here's my reply to them in their own language. In the People's Union for Civil Liberties versus Union of India in 1997, the Honourable Supreme Court went on to say that it is important to deal with Naxalism and terrorism with a strong hand, for which a reasonable amount of trust and power has to be entrusted to the police officers and paramilitary officers dealing with the same. They know best when to act, where to act and how to act. They cannot wait to be shot at. And on the 3rd of November, speaking for the full bench of Meghalaya High Court, Justice Kumar Nath Singh asked the central government to implement the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in the militancy-hit Garo Hills of Meghalaya to restore peace. Yes, this is what the court said, but today we've put our security forces in a situation where they have to think twice before pressing the trigger of duty against the target of hate. So, we are a country which believes, preaches and practices in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, but let me remind you that even our gods destroy when time arises. Even the Lord Shiva that we all worship today is known as a destroyer when it comes to upholding righteousness. It is time for us to move ahead as a nation, care a little less about the human rights of these militants, and honor our heroes who in the line of their duty echo the famous saying of Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, who once said, that if death strikes before I prove my blood, I swear I will kill death too. So, a laudable end will always justify the means. Jai Hind.